Welcome to another episode of Leverett Analytics, hosted by me, Leverett Kt, and we are on episode number 8 talking about Dallas Cowboys, aka the America's team. I got a special guest with me, the number one Cowboy fan of all time, my pops. Everybody call him Stokes, man. How you feeling today, pops?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Hey, man, life is good. I'm ready to talk about these Cowboys. So I knew coming into this episode, I couldn't do this episode without my pops. Like I say, pops could tell you scores from the 70s, could tell you about games from the 70s, 80s, so forth and so on. So that typically the way that I start these shows, because I've done 7 episodes so far, I get straight into the contract. So the Dallas Cowboys, they finished 6-10 this past season, which was third in the NFC East, and ironically, up until week 17, they still had a chance to make the playoffs. So here are the Dallas Cowboys' top 5 paid players. You got DeMarcus Lawrence. He's projected to get $25 million on the cap this year. He had a PFF grade of 88.6, 7 sacks, 4 forced fumbles. I know my dad probably wants more stats out of him, but the 4 forced fumbles, not bad at all. Amari Cooper is the second highest paid Dallas Cowboys. He's projected to get $22 million on their cap this year. He had a PFF grade of 75.9. He had 92 catches for 1,114 yards and 5 touchdowns. Third highest paid Dallas Cowboy is Zach Martin. He's projected to get $17 million on the cap this year. He had a PFF grade of 91.3. He only allowed 1 sack and only had 1 penalty this past season. Tyron Smith, he's projected to get around $14 million. I know Pops is probably going to be yelling restructure. And Ezekiel Elliott rounds out the top 5 paid Dallas Cowboys. He had a PFF grade of 65.3. And then he had 979 yards rushing this year, 6 touchdowns, and he barely got 4 yards to carry this past season. So hearing all that, Pops, DeMarcus Lawrence is expected to get $25 million this year. How do you feel about that?
Terrible. Lawrence, as a Cowboy fan, he just hasn't produced once he got the money. Before that, he's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And I was happy with the contract, but he's been a real big disappointment. Now, the guys you named, the top 5 or 6 Cowboys, well, I think Dallas are going to restructure with all of them, all 5 or 6 of them, would put the cap at about anywhere between 65 and 75 million, which we could really use.
Mm-hmm. So,
I keep hearing these quarterback controversies. Let's first get to that.
All right. So, what you hearing?
I'm not giving up my 10th pick for nobody other than Watson.
I was about to say you wouldn't do that for Deshaun.
Yeah, he's 2 years younger, and he's better than Dak, no question there. So I that's the only way I would give up the 10th pick. But Wilson, I'm not giving up the 10th pick for that. Dallas need one of them top 4 picks that's going to drop to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be Sewell, Slater, Surtain Jr., or Farley.
Mm-hmm.
Them are 4 great picks. No matter how you look at them, 4 good picks that you think.
But Penei Sewell is not dropping to y'all. You can get that out your head now.
Yeah, but I think Slater will.
Okay.
So either way, and then I'll take the other guy from Virginia Tech. He's nice.
Okay. And you said you like him more than J.C. Sehorn.
Who, Farley? No, I mean big defensive
I mean J.C. Jace Horn. My apologies. So you like Farley more than him?
Yeah, I like Farley a little better than all of them. Yeah. Love Surtain.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I just like Farley. I like his speed a little more. But you that's a hit on the 10th. You're just hoping for a hit, and I think they have one.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just go trade your 10th pick in the draft.
So you say you would rather have your 10th pick and pay Dak Prescott?
But now if I can get Watson for Prescott, a swap, and we have to give up the 10th, that's the only way I do it. Other than that, I'm not doing that.
You have to do it. You don't have no choice. Watson is one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah.
Period. Like, he got production on a bad Houston team this year without a number 1 or number 2 receiver.
Dak is bad. Dak has played, like 25 games in the NFC East. He's won like 19, 18 games. He's 8. He's played the Washington football team 8 times. Well, Dak has won 7 of them.
Mm-hmm.
He's played the Giants 8 times. Well, Dak has won 6 of them.
Mm-hmm.
He played Philly 8 times. He's won 5 of them.
Great point.
So, he has a winning record. And had he been in, I got hurt, but injuries happen. If we have a fifth. But tell you what, I like this Cowboy team going in. We got a defense coordinator. That was the biggest mistake. It wasn't the offense. We had the worst defense coordinator I could ever remember in football history. And I've been watching the game since 1969. That's the worst defense coordinator I've ever seen. And you can't take some young guys and run 4-3 and then run that, then go switch to 3-4. Well, only Bill Cowher, Belichick, and Wade Wilson. Wade Phillips. Them are the only guys that know how to run that. You got to have the talent for that. You first all you have a nose talent. They're hard to find for that.
Yeah, that's zero technique, one technique. Yep.
So that was a horrible defense for them. They get back that 4-3. The offense going to put you up 24, 27 points. So you'll be fine there. They'll be solid 10-11 football winning team. You got to restructure, and you got to make that hit on the 10th pick. Mm-hmm. Now, if you keep watching, I don't think Houston's going to trade him. Mm-hmm. If they do, we can get in there. We offer the backs with Dak. But is Dak going to sign a long-term deal with Houston? I doubt it. Then I keep hearing Wilson. Well, you got to deal with Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll calls all the shots in Seattle, not the general manager. He doesn't do that. Mm-hmm. Pete Carroll. He didn't want to give Earl time. What made you think he's going to ship him to Dallas with the receivers Dallas got? C.D. Lamb, Cooper, and Gallup. He's going to ship him in. Nope. And then he might have Ezekiel and help the offensive line. He's not going to look out for him for like that. He want to leave. So he's going to ship him to the Jets somewhere. So that's not going to work. So the best thing, take that 10th pick, get one of the 4 guys I named, Farley, Sewell, Tater, or Surtain. You take one of them, and you look like you're going to have 3 number. You're going to have 3 3s, 2 4s, 2 5s, and 2 7s, I think. So you're fine in the draft. Get the line straight, and I think Dallas could win 10 to 11 ball games.
This upcoming season, you got Dallas winning 10 games.
10 or 11, right?
10 or 11. Schedule. So I'm gonna name your schedule, and you tell me how y'all win in 10 or 11 games. Y'all home games. Y'all play the Giants. Y'all play the football team. Y'all play the Eagles. Y'all got the Falcons at home, the Panthers at home, Broncos at home, Raiders at home, Cardinals at home. And we don't know injuries or anything or when these games are being played. Away, y'all got the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Vikings, the Giants, the football team, the Eagles, the Saints, and the Bucks. That is a tough schedule.
It's going to be kind of hard. It's going to be very hard because injuries. Mm-hmm. Not that there's no one on this planet had to watch a football team when they did that. Dallas and Philly after that. They had the Giants before Washington. So.
You right, man.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. You got to see who's going to be good because didn't nobody had Tampa Bay win the Super Bowl. We knew Brady was going there, but I still don't think everybody was, thinking they were going to play the way they played the defense.
Right.
I saw them get beat. The last game lost 38-3, and they never lost another game. So you have to wait and see. But I think it'll be Dallas. I think the division going to be nice. Mm-hmm. I think whoever win it, 9-7 to 11-5 will win it right there. And I think it's going to be a sound division because Washington has a defense. The Giants have a defense. But Washington and Giants, in my opinion, Giants not set at quarterback. Washington's not set at quarterback.
So you don't like Daniel Jones?
He solidly turns the ball over too much.
I mean, what he was able to do this year without Saquon Barkley, though?
I agree, but it don't be with him as far as throwing. His problem is fumbling the ball. That's just as bad as interception.
I agree with you. He can run the rock pretty well, too. So
he can throw. I'm not saying that. He's just a turnover machine.
That's
true. I remember
true.
a couple of games we shouldn't have beat the Giants. We beat them.
but because of Daniel Jones. Right. So,
but he can fix that. He just hasn't done it yet.
Wow.
But I think you're going to have to wait and see because I don't trust Jerry Jones. Everybody think Jerry Jones might do this and that, but Jerry Jones seems like this is the third season now. Mm-hmm. He hasn't paid Dak yet. And from what I'm feeling, I just don't think he'll pay him. I think he's gonna make a trade.
This looks a lot like what Washington was doing with Kirk Cousins. You remember they kept giving him the 1 year deals a couple years in a row.
Well, if I'm Dak, I'm not taking nothing. I'm sitting vain up contract. I'm like, well, I'm afraid to let you. And trust me, that guy in Washington D.C., Daniel Snyder, will make him the highest paid quarterback in the league. I know everybody thinking I'm tripping, but I'm gonna tell you.
No, that's a great point. I agree with you. He went
1-2 in the morning, called the Rams and said, "Look, I'm gonna give you 3 number one
for RG3." Yeah.
Yeah. Mike Shanahan was getting ready to put a hit out on him for doing that. 3 first round picks. It worked for him for a year or two with RG3.
Yeah. He definitely mortgaged the future.
And Jerry, I just don't know what he's doing. He hasn't paid him. I just don't. Dak is a nice quarterback. They don't grow on trees. And them 4 quarterbacks out there, you can't say nothing better than Dak. They ain't proven in this league. This league is hard to win. And I know where Dak at right now. He's a winner in this league. He's a good guy, that you want in your locker room. You just got to pay him. It's time to pay up now. You done ripped him off long enough, Jerry. Pay the man.
So you wouldn't take any of the rookies, like a Justin Fields?
I'll take them, but then I said 10 or 11 ball game. Well, I'm going to have to back off on that then.
Okay, I follow you.
I don't know how they're going to play in this league. I trust Lawrence out of them, but I haven't seen some quarterbacks come to the league and they just played hard.
Let me ask you this, Pops. So the one thing that's going against Dak Prescott, Philly just got rid of Carson Wentz. They gave him a bad contract. The Rams just got rid of Jared Goff. They gave him a bad contract. And the market value, as they say, for Dak Prescott is somewhere around that 4-year, $147 million, roughly around $36 million a year. Is that too much?
No, that's just the cost. There's nothing you can do about it. My God. Stratford for Detroit even got paid. I don't even know if he ever went through the playoffs, but that one game against Dallas, he got paid. I know why I won't bring it up, but I know why it would happen. But that's just the going rate. You got to pay your quarterback. If you don't pay your quarterback, it sends a bad message in your locker room. Okay, if you don't want, go ahead, trade the man. Call Seattle. Call Houston. You got the best deal for either team. I mean, because you got a couple of players you can package with the draft pick. Yeah. So, if you're not going to pay him, let the man go. Don't keep him holding him hostage.
And that's what it feels like. He's being held hostage.
Yeah, man. And Stratford, Nick Foles, okay, yeah, he got his team Super Bowl, but we know how they got there. He got paid. So, it's time to pay up, man.
So, y'all got a couple of free agents coming up I want to ask you about, and I want to get your opinion on whether y'all should keep them or not. So, I'm going to just say a name, whether, should y'all keep him. Tyrone Crawford.
Let him go. He had the hip surgery, just ain't been the same. You say that $9.5 million on the salary cap, let him walk.
Great point.
Laying lick asleep from him leave.
Yeah, I know you've been wanting to get rid of Tyrone Crawford for a couple of years now. What about Sean Lee?
A couple of years ago, he ain't been nothing since. So time for him to walk.
What about Sean Lee?
He getting up there in age, and he can still come in and help. Now, hopefully they get him as a coach. He really help right there. But back up now. I need one of them young boys with the draft pick.
All right. What about Andy Dalton?
Don't let him walk.
Yeah, because he's projected around that 1 year, $6 million for that year. Aldon Smith.
I keep Aldon. I think in 4-3 defense, he'll be fine.
Okay.
Although San Fran, when they had them great teams back in 10 years ago, 8, 9, 10 years ago, he was pretty good out the 3-4. But he had talent all around him on that defense. All right. He'll be going for Dallas now, especially with Gregory.
One last person, Cheeto Bear Awuzie. He's projected to get around 4 year, $34 million, roughly a little bit over $8.6 million a year.
See, I had to wait because and Jordan too. I like him, Jordan Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
I would see if I could put him in a safety, but I can't call the shots on that. He's solid at cornerback. He don't blow you away enough. But they don't grow on trees either. You need a little depth.
Mm-hmm.
Him, Brown, Lewis, you're not paying a lot, so go ahead. But hopefully on that 10th pick, maybe we go and get Farley, Patrick Surtain with. Now I feel comfortable there. And the linebacker spot, like I said, you got 3-3, 2-4, 2-5. You're going to have to go in there and try and get your linebacker. So, to go with Jason, I think he'll be fine playing out the 3-4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 3-4 didn't show him nothing. But the 4-3, he'll be fine. Excuse me. The 4-3, Jalen Smith will be fine.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's an edge rusher. DeMarcus Lawrence is an edge rusher. Yeah, 4-3 fits them better. So,
and also Lawrence, I think if he just come on, if all the Smith will really help him. You got Gregory. Now, Gregory keep his hand out the candy shop. He's the best. You know how it come, man. Them days you got to dig, man.
Yeah,
play right. He's the best one as far as pure pass rush.
I think professional sports need to just. If marijuana is legal in a few states, they just need to take that off the illegal substance list. I think didn't the NBA do it for a year? All right, so
I don't know some of that marijuana they put in. I don't know some of these guys. That Josh guy from
Josh Gordon.
Yeah, they keep just getting in trouble.
Josh Gordon abuses other substances as well. It's not just marijuana.
Keep chasing like that. That's more than that.
So, question for you: what are y'all biggest team needs heading into the draft?
Linebacker first. Be honest with you, we're gonna have to get that tackle in this draft.
I agree with you.
Because the three of them, one of them are gonna fall to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to take that. Jerry's not gonna trade that 10th pick. You forget that.
Mm-hmm.
He has to take one of them tackles. The one from Virginia Tech, you got to take Sewell or Slater. You got it. Slater can play all 5 spots, so he'll be perfect. You put him at the left tackle. Like I said, take Tyron Smith. Put him at right tackle and take Collins and put him at the left guard.
Yeah, because Collins has played guard before, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's dominant.
Yeah.
Because the guy got Thompson, number 53, a liability. He'll be good for depth. That's it. And the center spot, I like the young man from Wisconsin. He can play.
Mm-hmm. Is there anybody this upcoming free agency that you think the Cowboys should eye?
Yeah, but I think he's gonna get franchised. I'd love to get my hands on that guy Bird from there in Tampa Bay, and the linebacker David. He's nice.
Yeah, he is.
You have to pay money, but you won't even pay your quarterback, so I'm not even gonna go on the free agency. And Jerry got the money. He's not gonna pay Bird or the linebacker.
Yeah,
that's it as far as Dallas go. The linebacker David and Barrett. We could get Barrett, man. He changed your whole defense.
Yeah, I think Jerry's, though, he's been real smart with how he's gone about building a team. He's been building it through the draft. He hasn't been, you remember, after Jimmy Johnson left it was a while there where he was just going crazy in free agency. Now he's like building his team through the draft.
It's been 26 years. Mm-hmm. It's been 25 years, January of 96, we played Pittsburgh Steelers. And we did it Jerry's way, just don't work. He don't let coaches, he undermine the coaches, he don't let them do the job. And it's been this long. Maybe your grandsons can get some sense into you. The way he's doing is just not right. You need a general manager.
What do y'all do with Ezekiel Elliott in a league where I feel like running backs are just they're replaceable? You seen what Cam Akers did with the Rams this year?
I'll give Zeke a little pass because I got backup I can put in there.
Pollard, I like Pollard.
Pollard's a good running back.
Mm-hmm.
But I give Zeke one more try here. And the reason why, it was just, with the pandemic, everything was just messing. No fans. It just, football it was all right. I was glad that we got through it, but it wasn't fun watching, no fans.
Do you feel like
people don't realize this? You don't have no training camp.
Right.
No preseason. They can't. Them fools canceled all the preseason games. Well, you got and we lead the league. It's never had the league this many injuries. People tearing the knee up. Look how many Achilles injuries we have. I've never seen that since '69. Never. And you don't have a preseason in the training camp. That's what you get. So whoever's the healthiest at the end of the year, it had to be Tampa Bay. That's they had Brady too. We know that, but they were pretty healthy too. All their people were pretty good as far as health goes.
All right.
So I can Zeke up, but my bottom line is Zeke never pass because
even at $13.2 million on the cap this year.
No, he's gonna restructure.
He's gonna have to restructure.
No, he's gonna be about 7 or 8 of them gonna restructure. But the key date for all Cowboy fans be March 9th.
Mm-hmm.
That will be the day. If he put exclusive on Dak, then he's trying to trade. He wants the 2 number 1 picks, and he can send that to get Watson or
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, but I'm not giving up 2 ones for Russell. I give him 1.
You don't think he's worth it at this day and age where quarterbacks are playing into their 40s?
Okay, Dak and Russell, they met 4 times. Russell has won 3. He's up 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
So they met once in the playoff.
Right.
Dak beat him in that game.
That's a great point. A great
point. 14 down near the 20-yard line. Dak got me 16 yards, and it was a key drive to win that game. So, yeah, he got Dak in the regular season, but when it counted in the playoff, Dak got him. And Dak is 5 years younger, 6 years younger. So,
another great point.
I mean, Watson is 25. That's a big difference. So he's 2 years young. So you give up the 10th to get Watson. I'm not doing it for Wilson. Now I give up 2 of them threes and the 4, conditionally second maybe, but no, I'm not giving up the 1s.
You're not giving up a 1 for Russell Wilson?
If it is, it's next year. It won't be this year.
Wow.
Dak is younger than him.
So you don't think if y'all got Russell Wilson, that doesn't make y'all the best team in the NFC? It does. With the weapons?
Talent-wise with Dallas.
Russell Wilson has never had that type of talent around him, period.
Yeah, but we don't have a coach. I don't like Mike McCarthy. I thought him a bad eye. He ain't no different than Jason. At least Jason did win the NFC East games. He couldn't even beat them. Washington beat us twice.
Yeah. All right, so I know you all are playing in a Hall of Fame game this year. I remember growing up, you always talking about your boy Drew Pierce, and you said you had the bush like him. When y'all was playing, football on Leverett, you were with a high sock. So I know you happy your boy Drew Pearson got in, man. So what
it should have been in 30 years ago. 30 years overdue. You should have got him back in 87, 88.
Even with his stats, you think he should have got in?
It took so long.
His stats?
With Dallas Cowboys in camp. You got Harvey Martin, the greatest pass rusher that I've probably ever seen in my time. He was right there in the top 3.
Hold on, over Deacon Jones, over Reggie White, over Bruce Smith?
Okay, look who had more sacks. 1 year, 1977, Harvey Martin had 23 sacks by himself. He was in the Super Bowl.
Let me say that again. Over Deacon Jones, over Reggie White, over Bruce Smith, Harvey Martin.
Deacon Jones, the greatest pass rusher I ever seen.
Ever. They didn't even count sacks.
Harvey Martin, okay, if you want me at 25 and Harvey at 25, I edged the Deacon, but ain't no runaway. Martin can get to the quarterback. You look at them film online, he had 23 sacks when we won the Super Bowl in 77.
And that record stood for a long time. But are you saying that Harvey Martin is better than Reggie White?
At 22, Harvey at 23.
Are you saying Harvey Martin is better than Reggie White?
No, Reggie more vicious.
Yeah, Reggie had that club, man.
APB out on him. I said something like that.
But you would take him over Bruce Smith, though.
Dang, you got me with that one too. Bruce was right there. I can't.
Okay, so you saying Harvey Martin top 5 pass rushers of all time, greatest pass rusher season of all time?
You go look at the tape.
Okay.
And for some reason, Too Tall Jones knocked down more passes than anybody. Vicious 6'9" pass rush and great against the run. He's never made it. Leroy Jordan had all the stats just like Chris Hamburger for Washington. He's never made it. Jethro Peary, he's never made it. Excuse me. They've had a history of doing, and Drew Pearson was 3-time All-Pro, led the league in receptions in 74. He won 3 playoff games that the Cowboys should have lost to the Rams in 73, to Atlanta back in 80. And also, don't forget the 75, Harold Murray from start back through from 50 yards to beat the Vikings in Bloomington.
Mm-hmm.
And this man, 3-time All-Pro. His stats were better than Lynn Swan. I know Swan won 4 Super Bowls. They had the greatest defense ever, too. So, for him to have to wait that long, I just didn't get they dog Dallas Cowboys players.
But that Starback was better than Bradshaw, though. I mean,
way better.
Yeah, Bradshaw was overrated. Joe Gilliam was their best quarterback.
Yeah, Bradshaw, I'll tell you that.
So,
and for some reason, the Cowboy players don't make it in Canton. I don't know what the problem is.
I mean, don't y'all got more players in Canton than anybody?
I gotta check that. No, not us. Probably Pittsburgh.
Probably Pittsburgh. Well, yeah. Let me ask you this, Dad. What was your favorite all-time Cowboy teams, and who did you think was the best all-time Cowboy team?
The 1977 team. It was 3 of them. 4 of them. It was 77, 92, and 71. But you could put that 93 team, they were up there pretty good. Mm-hmm. But as far as defense and offense, well, when we won in 77, we've number one in offense, but Denver, the Orange Crush was number one in defense. But we beat them twice the year. We met them last game and see them good game, 14-6. Then we beat them 27-10 in the Super Bowl in New Orleans Superdome. But if you ask me overall, Mike Irvin, I love him, man, but Drew Pearson won me 3 playoff games. I think he was the greatest receiver down there. The greatest player was Roger Staubach, hands down.
You said, hold on. You said the greatest receiver is Drew Pearson.
And the greatest clutch receiver I've seen in Dallas.
Are you saying clutch? Because I'm taking a playmaker over Drew Pearson.
No, Michael was more talented, faster. But as far as purely catching the ball, catch you at the half or game you was going home, ask the 73 Cowboy fan.
But who can motivate a team the way the playmaker could, man?
In 1980, a game against Atlanta, we were down 27-10. We come back and win that game 30-27. Drew Pearson had 2 clutch touchdowns. Atlanta, the Rams, 73. Mm-hmm. 3rd and 14 from like the 15-yard line. Staubach goes across the middle. He drew with an 83-yard touchdown.
Wow.
He was just clutch. And then the game against Minnesota, we should have, and people look at the Hail Mary. Well, before then, it was 4th and 16 from the 20-yard line. Drew Pearson made a sideline catch and got the first down to 50 to put us there. That was 4th and 16. We got 25 yards on that play.
So that play was just as important as the Hail Mary in itself.
Yeah, but Irvin was more talented as far as speed. Mm-hmm. As far as drop pass, I've never seen Drew drop maybe 1 or 2 passes I could say back then.
So who was your most talented team, in your opinion? You think the 77 team? I think the 92 team.
77, and you got offense and defense. I go 92 was the most talented.
Yeah, 92 is definitely the most talented.
Yeah, they were the more talented team. Because Emmitt Smith. Dorsett was nice. He was more explosive.
He wasn't Deuce, though. He wasn't E. Smith.
He came to big games, too. He just couldn't tackle. Tight end. Billy Joe Dupree was better than Jay Saldy. Saldy would catch the ball, but Dupree could block, run, catch.
Hold on. You say he better than Jay Novacek?
Jay, not Saldy. I mean, Billy Joe Dupree was better than Jay Novacek. Yep.
You think so?
Yep.
I think
Joe Dupree. Look at the tape.
So you think Dupree better than Jason Witten too?
Yep. Witten could catch.
But Witten could block though, man.
He can block, excellent block.
He can run block.
But the best tight end I've seen in Dallas is Billy Joe Dupree.
So are you taking Witten over Jay Novacek? Because I'm a big Jay Novacek fan. So I'm taking Jay Novacek.
I'll take Novacek too. And then we had one of the best third running backs on 3rd and 7 to catch any ball you threw on Preston Pearson Club from 75 up to 80. One of the best clutch third down out of the backfield. But the 92 team, I get the edge. Harper, Emmett, that offensive line was the greatest line I'd ever seen.
Who's the greatest offensive lineman you ever had?
Kirk Williams.
Thank you. I was trying to explain that to somebody the other day. They was like, it's Larry Allen.
Allen was vicious.
Before the accident.
He just didn't play. He had the accident after about the 5th year when he had the accident back in 94, I think it was. It just wasn't the same after.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, he was the most vicious in the first 4 years. And Larry Allen, you got to put Larry Allen.
Yeah, Allen is certainly up there, but I remember you saying you thought Eric Williams was one of the nastiest you've ever seen.
I've seen some dirty ones. Conrad Dobler, somebody, man, he kicked, do something to do. But as far as just a vicious, strong, physically strong, Eric Williams was the baddest line. Him and Allen, I got to put Allen right there. Allen was strong guy too, pressed 20 pounds. So.
And what year you think was your best defense?
Wow.
That's a tough one.
77 was number 2. I'm going to have to go with 92.
You got to go with 90. I think 92 is your best overall team, period.
Yeah. I raised his hand. Ain't much. Because Aikman, I tell you, he 3-0. I love my boy Aikman, but Dahlback was a real competitive guy. Aikman was too, but I'll take Roger.
But you don't take the running game with Moose Johnson as your lead blocker, Emmitt Smith, and that big offensive line y'all had?
Emmitt was a little, Dorsett was more explosive.
He was faster. He was certainly faster.
I mean, Dorsett was faster. Emmitt may be a little more. Emmitt was just, and one thing about Emmitt, Dorsett had some fumbles in the playoff, I remember, against Philly. Now, to this day, I still ain't forgive. That was 40 years ago. I'm still mad at him about it. But Emmitt was the better running back.
I remember, wasn't it 93 y'all started off 0-2? Emmitt was holding out.
Yeah, the man wanted, and Jerry didn't even want to pay Emmitt. And Jerry's still like that now.
Hey, what was y'all record after the 0-2 hold up?
We ended up 12-4.
Wow. So y'all only lost 2 more games after that.
He came back 2 games. He came back. We won 7 straight as soon as he got back. Buffalo beat us in Dallas.
I remember that game. It was like, what, 13-10, something like that? I remember I was happy because, y'all got us in the Super Bowl.
Yep, and they that when we paid Emmitt, he knew he had to. It took Charles Hill to take his hammer and hit it on that drywall in the locker room, and Jerry paid him quick then.
Wow. So you saying for next season, you got y'all going around 10-6, 11-5, and you think y'all can win the division?
I could say that if you're gonna sign Dak. Then I don't know who's gonna be the quarterback because I don't know what Jerry up to. Jerry still hasn't paid Max. I gotta wait till the 9th. If I see non-exclusive, then I know what he's up to. He's gonna get them 2 number 1s, and I got a feeling he's gonna make a deal with that. The Texans are gonna say, "Hold up, he won out anyway, but we got to take this." If he gets 2 number 1s for that, he'll have a number 10 pick this year, 2 number 1s coming in, then he got number 1 next year. He can make any move he wants to get Watson.
You can't get Deshaun Watson talent like that with Zeke in the backfield, the 3 receivers that y'all have.
You have it. Then you got a couple of players you can stick in there if Houston's willing to do it. But he can give him 3 number 1s if they want me. If he put that non-exclusive, I know he's trading. But with Jerry, you don't know. He might pay Dak 3 years, $125 million, whatever they talk. But I think he never forgave Dak for losing that Philly game, the last game when they had the bad.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have anybody at receiver that game. I've been saying for a long time I thought Dak was better than Carson Wentz. I remember that was a discussion a lot of people was having. Yeah, he's a lot better in my opinion. Yeah.
But that thing, he just had no intentions of paying him. To this day, I don't know why. What else he has to do? Wentz didn't win the Super Bowl. Yeah, he would have been the MVP, woulda, coulda, if we had a fit. But guess what? He got hurt.
Right.
Nick Foles came in, won it all. You can't get mad at it. It was what it was. That's what happened. But I think Cowboys will be a very good top 7 team. If they sign Dak or if they get Watson. Or if they get Russell wherever way he's going. I don't know where he's going.
The NFL need to be very afraid if Russell Wilson ends up in it. And the same thing with Deshaun, but Russell Wilson has never had talent like that on the offensive side of the ball.
Right. Now they're running back to Andrew like Zeke. But I'm not giving that pick up. If I give up, you're not getting this year one because I gotta get that line. Dallas got to get that fixed.
I mean, even if you get the pick up, you can still attack free agency. You can still get somebody like Brandon Sheriff. Well, of course, you don't pay more money for him, but
you have seven tackles out there, so you still can wait and get the one from Virginia Tech, the one at Texas.
Yeah, you can move up.
So you get one and you can't give up.
You got 3 picks in the second round. Move up. You can, like I say, if you get Russell Wilson or if y'all get Deshaun Watson, the NFL better look out. I'm telling you now.
Oh, Dallas get Russell. If Russell, yeah, I agree. Look out. You better super look out if they get Watson.
For years. That's the scary part.
Where they just give up that 10th pick and a couple of ones from that. Man, he got Ezekiel. That offensive line to be set. Oh, man, you can look out. I can tell you that now. You put Watson there, look out. I'm not saying they got Cowboys in, but I am going to say this. I think they'll take the NFC. Not going to say they're going to totally win it. We have to wait and see.
Y'all should be favored if that does happen. Deshaun Watson.
True, but Kansas City, they lost 3 linemen. You can't do that in this league. I saw Dallas and Philly lose all their linemen. They were terrible. You can't. No matter how good Mahomes was, that defense Tampa Bay knew them guys couldn't block them. They only rushed 3 or 4 guys. Couldn't block them.
So Pops, who's the biggest threat to y'all for the division this upcoming season? Who's the biggest threat?
I'm going to have to wait and see because I don't know who Washington's going to get. Let's say Washington ends up with Russell Wilson or Watson. Well, you better look out.
What they going to give up, though? They don't have the bargaining chips that you all have.
Only thing, Washington fans, I hate to tell you, you can't cut and eat your cake. You were going to give up Chase. One of them, or you may have to give up both.
I don't think they had a bargaining chips unless, like you said, they plan on giving up one of them 4 linemen.
If I'm Houston, you gonna give me Chase. It ain't no, he's not running.
Oh, we starting with that. That's just to get us on the phone. You better be talking about Chase Young.
If you get Watson, Chase is gone, and they might well keep Sweat now because Sweat gone too. You're gonna have to give up them too. I'm not taking it from Watson. Who else I'm gonna get?
Yeah, you ain't getting a quarterback. we know that for sure. So
Dallas got a quarterback to get you.
Right. You all got the bargaining chips.
And then Chase, I take Allen or what's the type of guy from Alabama? I take him too. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you're going to start then. You still going to give my 2 number 1. That's already in there. I'm getting that 19 pick in your number 1 next year. If you buck bad, I'm getting that one of your linebackers too.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get Watson. But I got a dear friend of mine, a couple of them, they don't want them like that. They don't want you to touch their defense, which I don't blame them.
Hey, me being honest, I think Deshaun Watson will end up with Miami because they got the most to give up. They got 2 number 1 picks. They can give them Tua in return.
Miami got all to give.
Yeah, they got the most to give them now.
Miami got the best to give.
I hope he ends up with y'all because I don't want him in my division. Keep him far away from my division. I like where we at. But
Miami got the 3rd and the 18th pick, but you ain't gonna beat that.
Nah, you're not. And they got a young quarterback they can get him in return.
Miami can do better than anybody. Dallas is second.
But do they want to do that? Because I feel like they're in a good spot. They got a good ball team. They was a game away from the playoffs. I think they could build with those 2 picks that they have. They can really build around them.
But you got to look at it like this. Miami would probably take Dak over Tua.
They would.
So
it would.
That's why I would say Dallas still would have the best.
But I feel like Miami's a receiver away, though. I think you can build around Tua. Get somebody like Devontae Smith. Get somebody like Jamar Chase.
Who's Miami running back? He's solid.
What is his name? Is it? He used to play. He used to play with San Fran.
Yeah, he's solid.
Miami,
they building. They got the draft picks. They got it all.
Mm-hmm.
But you just going to have to wait now because we don't know what Washington got in the NFC East. Now Dallas get Dak or Watson, they'll win the division. But you just got to wait and see.
Hey, that's a great point.
Jerry, I don't know what Jerry up to. He ain't paid the man. So the 9th, all Cowboy fans, I'm telling you, I'm a Cowboys too. The 9th would kind of tell us what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So once that happens, we'll see.
So around the time free agency is about to start, we're going to do an update episode. Pops, thanks for coming on. Definitely glad to have you. We're going to have to do a update episode on this. Any final words, Pops?
Yeah. Come on, LeBron and the Lakers.
Man, don't nobody want to hear about LeBron, man. Come on, man. You talking about
Lakers.
LeBron.
Come on, David. Get back up there. They keep killing.
Man, didn't they just lose to the Wizards?
Wizards going to be nice. They can score. The Wizards think they don't play no D, but just like New Jersey, everybody picking them, but they don't play no defense.
Nah, they don't. They don't.
I think New Jersey get too many teams 120 points. They'll score 130. They go outscore you, but they don't play no D.
Let me ask you a question, Pop. So you think LeBron James has passed Jordan for the GOAT status?
No, LeBron James is the greatest player.
Come on, man.
All around. Hold up. Jordan was the greatest scorer.
The player.
LeBron James was the greatest player I've ever seen. Except, man, he needed to get his son to teach him how to hit them free throws, man. He's horrible at that line.
So you saying, with 10 seconds left on the clock, your team down 1 point, you rather had the ball in LeBron James' hand than Black Jesus Michael Jordan?
Well, Jordan, as far as shooting the jumper. But far as driving, I seen LeBron go left hand at the buzzer.
But he don't go to the cup. He pulled.
LeBron won more games at the buzzer than Jordan, Kobe combined. Check your history. He's won more games.
So you saying LeBron is more clutch than Jordan? Is that what you're saying?
No. Jordan was the greatest scorer. I'm not going to take that from him. And Jordan was clutch.
And Jordan hit his free throws.
All around. I mean, defense, rebound, block.
He's not a better defender than Jordan, man. What are you talking about?
No, he's better than Jordan defending. He's a little better. He's got long. He's bigger, KT.
LeBron.
I'll give you an example. Iguodala had a layup. 89 game with Golden State, who only lost 9 games that year. He went for a layup. And, man, that changed that whole thing to lead them. They were down 3-1. They came back and won that series.
In the Olympics. USA played, what was it, Croatia? The team Tony Kukoc played on, 6'10", could dribble, could shoot. Jordan did not allow him to score. How are you going to say Jordan is a better on-ball defender than LeBron? LeBron is better at timing.
The advertising, he changed all that. And he's the greatest scorer I've ever seen.
He's the greatest player.
I'm saying all around. And long block shots, can rebound, handle the ball like he can drive on anybody. He's the greatest driver to the hoop I've ever seen. Him and Magic. I put Magic there. And
so LeBron is a better on-ball defender than Jordan. I'm not talking about blocking shots. I'm talking about on-ball defender. No, he is not a better.
LeBron, when he was young, was the better defense player. Yeah. And I ain't even got Jordan second. LeBron
is not even first. The best on-ball defender ever is Scottie Pippen. What are you talking about?
I'd have to go Dennis Rodman. He got on.
No. You talking about pure defender? I'm talking about on-ball, checking the point guard.
No, Pippen was bad, but the greatest defensive player I've ever seen was LeBron and that daggone Dennis Rodman.
LeBron is not even in my top 5. LeBron is not in my top 5.
This is how you get your son.
Defender? Rodman?
And he would get on you, and then he'd grab his jersey. Hey,
Defender.
Trying to beat Rodman up, and Rodman getting them out their game.
So Joe Dumars isn't a better defender than LeBron.
No. LeBron, a great defense player.
Sidney Moncrief isn't a better defender than LeBron.
Nice. Sidney was bad with the Bucks back in the day, but he wasn't LeBron. When LeBron was younger, he blocked shots. And
Kobe Bryant isn't a better defender than LeBron.
Nope.
Michael Jordan isn't a better defender than LeBron.
Kobe was a better scorer than LeBron. But all-around player, no. LeBron was a better all-around player. Kobe was a better, no question. The jump shot and that, I couldn't stand him because he was so.
He was clutch.
You couldn't stand because you were great.
Kobe was the closest thing to Jordan.
He was great.
He was the closest thing to Jordan.
Who?
Kobe is the closest to Jordan.
I'm not saying that, but he wasn't the baddest Laker. I got to go with Magic Johnson.
I agree with that. We in agreement on that. Magic Johnson is very underrated.
If you buck, I might pick AC Green. Number 2, I might go with Worthy. Worthy was a bad motherfucker in the playoffs. Slick girl AC Green. Man.
He said AC Green, man.
Yeah,
man. Hey.
No, Kobe was the second greatest Laker. Magic Johnson gets first.
First? What about Shaq? Where's Shaq?
Shaq right there, but I'm not going. Kobe was a little better than Shaq.
What about Kareem?
The most dominant.
What about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Jabbar is number 2 behind Magic.
Okay.
Kobe number 3.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Jabbar number 2, Kobe number 3.
That's fair.
That's why I meant to pick about AC Green. If you get mad about me picking Jabbar, then I'll pick AC Green. Right.
So
no, but Jabbar's number 2 hands down.
Wow. That's
Magic
crazy.
is number 1.
So
all that changed when Jabbar was already in LA. When Magic got there, that all changed.
Wow. That's crazy. All right, man. Anything else you want to get off your chest, Pops? Talking about some AC Green.
Until I need Skip to talk trash about LeBron. He always dogging him. Skip, my boy.
Yeah.
Get on tomorrow. Dog LeBron. Every time you do it, then things always change for him. So dog him tomorrow.
Wow. Well, this has been the 8th episode of Leverett Analytics, featuring the Dallas Cowboys. Pops was on this episode. We definitely going to do a follow-up episode as we get closer to free agency. Any last thing you want to say, Pops, before I close this out?
No, I'm just hoping Jerry make up his mind and pay the man. But we have to wait and see on the 9th. Just please pay the man. All the other ones, Stratford and Nick Foe, all the other ones get paid. Dak hasn't got paid.
Hey, pay the man.
Pay up.
That's simple. As I always like to say, do something nice with somebody you normally wouldn't do. Always pay it forward. Peace and love. Peace and blessing. And as always, keep it analytical. Peace.
Peace. Yeah.